Do you get stuck in your comfort zone sometimes? What about adjusting to change and things changing a lot? Or do you find it hard to let go of certain things at times? Today's video is all about that, letting go and change. Enjoy. What's up, peeps? My name is Chris and I'm passionate about all things to do with the mind, and I'm here to share you tools, tips, advice, tricks, experiences, and even perspectives. Anything that can assist or help you on your journey throughout life. So, in today's video, like I said, we're talking about letting go and change. Now, in a video that I did in the past about letting go, which was mainly to do with when the whole pandemic had hit. Now, at that time, obviously everything was up in the air for everyone, and it was something that was out of our control. This video, I want to make it more general, so in the aspect of letting go, because I find it is a challenging thing that we can struggle with at times, and that's okay. We're only human. So within this whole idea of letting go of the past, letting go of relationships, letting go of jobs that don't serve us, letting go of things that don't serve us, there can be so many little simple things that we have in our life that we don't necessarily need to have, and it's okay to let go of. And sometimes we get so caught up in that idea of, we need to hold on to something because it's what we need, it's fulfilling us in some form. But a lot of the time, not really. You might have like a jumper or a shirt that you haven't worn in a year. Is that really serving you? It's not really serving you. So I find that in all these different little realms in our life, we do struggle to let go of certain things from the past especially. I'm not perfect. I still have things from my past that can be hard to let go of at times, but I know that to move forward, that's what I have to do. I have to make a change. So, it's really important to remember when you're letting go of something that, ultimately you need to ask yourself, is this serving me? Is this fulfilling me to my highest good? In that context, it could be like, what kind of value is this giving me? Is it giving me value? Is it helping me grow as a person? Is it enjoyable? Or is it causing me, mental anguish or pain or even boredom? There's so many different ways we can be holding on to these certain types of emotions for these certain different reasons. Now, for me, I found that when I wasn't letting go of something, I was holding on to an expectation that it would give me something else or that it would help me in some way. But a lot of the time, holding on to that aspect would hinder me. So whether it was having this idea about myself from the past and trying to be it now, but really that's not the person that I was now. So I need to let go of that aspect of myself to allow new and greater things to come through. Now, if we hold ourselves onto these certain points and we don't want to let go, what happens is there's no forward momentum with it. It kind of can get stuck, or it can prevent us from moving forward or moving in another direction. The way I like to think about it is, say you've got 3 pathways ahead of you. Now, you can go down any one of these pathways, but what if something from the past is holding you and guiding you toward one pathway? Now, that thing in the past doesn't serve you, but you don't want to go down that certain path. But your vision gets narrowed, and that's where you're going to go, instead of being like, you know what? I'm going to change it up. And so you can go essentially down that new path. But a lot of the times we choose to stay in our comfort zone and not try and move forward in another direction to see what's open to us, because there's always opportunity. always opportunity everywhere. And it's not until later on that we realize, okay, I can see going down this path was the right choice for me. That doesn't mean that another path could have been the right choice for you too. There's just opportunity everywhere. Now, I was quite lucky in the sense that when the whole pandemic thing hit, I was sure I was disappointed. I was going to go overseas. I was going to live overseas. I was going to be over there for minimum 2 years. But that obviously changed. And, you know, I went through a disappointment process. It sounds funny when I say it like that. But I let go of it really fast because I'm like, okay, well, what does this allow me to do now? And then that opened me up to doing my course now, which was following another dream, you know, another path. Now, if I held on to, I'm going to go overseas, I'm going to go overseas, I'm going to go overseas, that could have waited and waited and waited. And, you know, I would have just been doing the same stuff here, but there wouldn't have been much to do in the growth space for me to move forward. So, you know, somehow in the end, everything will turn out. You know, it may take a while, it may take, you know, months, may take a year. Like, you know, look at the state we're in now. Now, for me, when I was dealing with really bad anxiety, I talk about this quite a lot because I feel it's important, and, you know, it's important to know that you can get out of it. For me, what I found was I would get stuck in the point of making big decisions, and so I would feel stuck. I would feel that I had to make the right decision, because if I didn't, then the world would end, essentially. So, you know, I would have to make these kind of big decisions, which was like, you know, do I keep this job? Do I go back to driving? Do I do something completely different out of what I wouldn't ordinarily do? And working through the process that I went through after investing in myself and basically healing myself of anxiety, I was able to then make decisions and not be so caught up in the what if it's wrong, la la la, I want to stay in my comfort. And I was just able to let go of what's to come. And that allowed me to be at a point where I am now, where, you know, I know where my direction is, I know where I'm going, I know what I want to achieve, I know that I still want to do this trip, but I just have to wait. And, you know, I said it in the last video about letting go. Link here. That, you know, when you do let go of things, you make great allowance for new space and new things to come through. If you think about it on an energy level, if you let go of something, you allow new energy to come in. You might find that you let go of a toxic friendship or a toxic relationship or a relationship, and then you allow new things to come in. And those new things, they can take time, but you're essentially just accumulating that energy back that you were giving out. So you got space. Everyone loves space. So remember, you know, there's things that you can control and things that you can't control. Focus on the things that you can control. The things that you can't control, it's okay. Just breathe it out, let it pass. So, you know, it's like you can't control the weather. I mean, unless you're like a weather god, you can't control the weather. You can control if you take an umbrella or a raincoat outside, but you can't control the weather. That's what's in your control. So just remember that. What can I control in this moment? And it should help. Change can be quite empowering. You know, the ability to change things when you want can be quite powerful. You know, there's certain things that you can do to symbolize the change within your life. If everything was always the same and you didn't change it up, or life was just on a stable one way, you'd get bored. It wouldn't be exciting. So change can be exciting in that respect. You know, we look back and we see in the hindsight the amazing things that we can create, or the growth that we've had. And it's usually, you know, over a certain period of time where we look back and we're like, wow, what have I accomplished in this time? You know, I've accomplished this, and that, and I've been giving myself the freedom to do this and that and more amazing things. One of the hardest things for me in the past was letting go of a past relationship, and also moving. Like I remember I moved 7 places in the span of like 5 months, you know, and letting go of these certain things. I knew I wanted a reboot. I knew I wanted to restart and, you know, upgrade my Chris version 5.0. And, you know, now I look back on it and I'm like, whoa, it just made me even more better of a person who I am today, who's, you know, I've got money in the bank. I've got, you know, a good head for my direction, or good focus for my direction. I'm now studying, you know, I've got more time, you know, to give back to myself. And now, you know, I'm making these videos, which is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, for me, you know, not for anything else, but for me, because it's fun. So one of the greatest things about letting go and change is you can utilize things in your life as symbols to promote that, you know, whether it's, if you notice the beanie that I've changed is on, or how even now I've changed again. Change is inevitable. It does happen. So when you want to utilize change as symbolism in your life, it can be easy as changing your wardrobe, changing your job, changing your career, changing something that you do in the gym. Maybe it's a habit that you could change, or a new habit that you could implement. Let go of something from the past that you do to create something new. Maybe it's a fresh wardrobe. Get some new clothes. You know, feel that freshness. You always feel fresh when you get some new clothes. This doesn't mean don't go spending all your money on clothes, but just the symbolism of it, it's empowering for you. One of the last ideas I can give, change your hair up. I've been growing my hair for like 4 years. Shit's long. So if that's the case for you, you can even get a haircut.
Don't be afraid of change. Embrace change. You know, for it allows new possibilities, new energy to open up and have newness in your life. And there's a lot of good things that can come from newness. Letting go of like my hair, you know, 4 years of growth, that was a big thing. That was a big thing for me. And I went through all these processes, like, you know, that was my identity for 4 years. But knowing where I am now and where I'm driving forward towards, like, yeah, I'll probably grow my hair again when I get overseas and do my trip. But for now, I needed fresh, new, change. And it symbolized for me newness, freshness, a big change, new chapters in my life. It is said that, you know, your hair holds a lot of memories. This is in, you know, Native American Indian cultures, and also, I think, Aztec or Mayan cultures. And that's kind of how I went into it. And now, no hair. Well, this hair. Don't be afraid of change. Embrace change, because it allows new energy and new possibilities to come through. And remembering that you're in control of your own change. Change the things that you want to change within your own life. Get comfortable and embrace the change. Even if it's something that makes you feel uncomfortable, you can find comfort in that uncomfortable feeling, but then later on down the track, you find out and you learn what's possible for you in the future that actually makes you feel good. And there's an endless amount of possibilities for you in the future if you change something. As always, guys, make someone smile today. You never know what small little thing you can do can make a huge difference, especially in the times we're dealing with right now. So those buttons down below, let them entice you to pressing one of them, 2 of them, all of them, even commenting down below, and let me know, what change do you want to make now? What change do you want to make tomorrow or in the future? Or what are you going to let go of today or tomorrow? And as always, keep on keeping on. Go gently, and much love. Peace.